Hello, beautiful souls, or welcome back for another guided message. The energy that I'm feeling at the moment is someone here is finally getting noticed, and it's taken quite some time, quite some dedication, real commitment to just keep going and pushing through. And as I've picked up on this, we've got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so it's like having to keep pushing through, not giving up, even though sometimes it's felt quite challenging. I feel like some of you or someone here may have been thinking, is this even going to work? But you are now starting to get noticed and starting to take off. Okay, so it feels like something that you've been building on. So possibly for some of you, your own business, your own project, or developing, a relationship, or it all resonate differently for all of you, being a collective reading. So the other part of this is people are noticing you and thinking, oh wow, you're so lucky. It's just taking off. You're getting what you want. You're so lucky. But no one is seeing the truths behind the work, the time, the commitment, and the efforts that you've put into it. So don't feel like you have to prove yourself. You know the journey you've traveled to get here. You know the commitment, the level of persistence you've had to keep going with. The message here is really, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Those that are meant to be on your path will see you, will find you, will hear you. Don't worry about the rest, okay? So it's like, let the rest fall away, okay? Let me know if this is making sense. Obviously, being a collective reading, it's not going to resonate for everyone. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. We've got Judgment here, so that is exactly what I was talking about. People were watching, thinking, oh, you've had it easy, you're like an overnight success, but they weren't seeing the hardship and all the obstacles that you've had to push through to get to where you are, the toll it's taken on your stress levels, on your health as well, not knowing, am I doing the right thing? Is this actually going to work, or am I just dreaming? So that is exactly what I was talking to you about, people judging, thinking that it was just easy, it just fell in your lap. But Nine of Pentacles, it's definitely been progressing, but progressing slowly. With the Nine of Pentacles, you can't get a slower card than this. It's like it's moving, but moving really slowly. It's been a casual speed for this progress, but it is progressing, okay? This new venture of yours is 333, is absolutely taking off, but in its own time, okay? But this is where your passion is. This is what you've been wanting to do. So you're not too worried about how long it's taken. What's making you happy is this is fulfilling. This is exactly what you are hoping for. It just took a bit longer, right? But this is exactly the Magician. You are the creator. This is what you've manifested and you've called in. And sometimes things do take a bit longer for a reason. It's so that everything else can align properly. So always trust in divine timing. Trust in the process. It's happened like this for a reason. You are now looking at stability, security, a happy home life. You haven't got the stresses, 432, that you were feeling before. You are now stepping into the life that you wanted to create, 444. You are now living the life you wanted to create, and it's going to keep growing. Okay, but life at home feels a lot better. A lot better. You know you're on the right path. It's the rewards are coming in, the money's coming in, it's all flowing continuously. It's not spasmodic anymore, 505. Okay. We've got the Two of Cups. So this has taken a lot of, I feel like there was a lot of conflict going on, more so in your own head with part of you going, this is too hard, it's not going to work. The other part going, keep going. And you've had to really unify your thoughts back together, if that makes sense. Okay. Getting ready for the big change that you are stepping into, because you've not had this before. This was a dream, and you really had to control both sides of the mind. Okay. The subconscious mind playing havoc with the conscious mind. It's been a real challenge going on upstairs, 555, but that change is here. You managed to contain it and unify it. So well done. That in itself is major success. Okay, bringing that unity back together within yourself. Okay, is there anything else we need to know about this? It feels like everything is on track, and you've pushed through, and it's now your turn. It's all happening now. It took a while, and yeah, people are still going to judge and think, wow, you've had an overnight success, but they're not seeing all the work that Eight of Swords that was put into it. For a long time, you felt like you were stuck. You felt restrained because, do I give up and lose everything, lose all that time? Or do I keep going and risk that it's not going to work? So you felt really restricted and stuck, but you kept going. So that is amazing. Is there anything else we need to know about this situation? I feel like really we've received the message we needed to receive. You are now, I'm hearing you're now set. You're now set. It's all the rewards are going to keep coming in. You've battled through. You're now up to those calmer days where the stress levels are now balanced. You've gotten to where you needed to get to. I'm going to leave it here. Sending you all so much love. I am so proud of you for keeping on pushing through and reaching that goal. And even though it's been slow and steady, you kept going, and it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing. All right. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.